I have my whole bag of makeup here. Purse of purse of lipstick. To be able to hear myself. I have this sunscreen here that I got on a whim, but I don't know. I've not been using it so much, but it's this sunblock product. I don't know, maybe I should wait for people to come on the stream so that I can show what else it is. Today is Thursday. I'm supposed to shave my brows. It's not like I dedicated the day to shaving my brows here. I'm just noticing that it's Thursday because of the noise outside. Like most people don't start work early on Thursdays in this state. We have this thing called a sanitation program where everybody comes out to the area of their businesses and cleans, from like 7 till 10 a.m. And if you don't come out and clean at that time, you're going to, like, if the government sanitation workers don't come and see you cleaning your area of business around like between 7 a.m. and 10 a.m., you're going to be fined. So somebody has come to your shop, your office, anywhere you work, and do some cleaning. But this law is very strict with like petty traders, traders that work in the market, people that have small businesses around the area. So it's very loud outside now, and a lot of people are outside because they are not at work. Hello, Daniel. Hi. So they are not at work currently because it's still not time for them to open their businesses here because it's sanitation day. So every week on Thursday from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m., people come out and clean their area of businesses. Or even if you don't clean it per se, you have to you won't open your shop until 10 a.m. yet, else you'll be fined by the government. So I have this type of makeup pouches, makeup foams. I want to try to do my makeup on string to look like one of those old Hollywood actresses. See another pause. But the thing about this pause, this foams is like I've tried it before and it's not really absorbent. Yeah, it's kind of rubbery. I don't know why I didn't feel it before I bought it. How is it going to absorb product and put it on my face? Like you can literally see the rubber. It's my fault. I was just like feeling so excited that I had the opportunity to buy new phones. Yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll have to cut it. Everybody subscribe. Today we're going to be long on the stream. I'm going to talk about movies. No, I don't do that online. I don't do WhatsApp number. Subscribe to my channel, show up on my stream, support the channel. I don't do WhatsApp. So this foam is it's just like plastic, yeah. It's like Temu or something, but I didn't buy it on Temu. I bought it in the market, the open market. I don't know, maybe if I cut it will be better. I think it has more absorbing power. inside of it than on the surface. I don't know. This one too. This one feels soft, but I'm not sure of its absorbent power. Anyway, it's less rubbery than this other ones. This one is purple. This is another one that is very annoying because just rubber. Subscribe to my channel. Today we're going to talk about movies. I don't even know why I've been on a streak, yeah, of old movies, old Hollywood movies. Let me be specific, old Hollywood movies. And I think how I got on that streak was when, like, on my TL, yeah, online, I used to see a lot of posters, like people that love like old Hollywood movies, obviously, and they post pictures, they post their own conclusions about the stories, yeah, they post their feelings about the movies that they watch, and I'm like, okay, this sounds interesting, maybe I should try it, yeah. But anyways, it's like I was like, I've been seeing it for a very long time now, and I've never ever felt the inspiration to dive into those movies. Yeah, but recently, I just had this urge. Yeah? I think it was on a Saturday. I just last week, yeah, from last week, yeah, I was just like, let me just see this cycle, because one thing about cycle is that if you're watching most movies, yeah, modern movies, contemporary movies, you see sometimes you see a character just sitting down alone at home, and it's supposed to be like this scary scene here. You now see the character watching this scene where a woman is taking a shower. I don't know if you people know that scene. The woman is taking a shower, and she's in her ward in the bathroom, in the shower, and there's a shadow coming up behind her, like behind the shower curtain, and then the shadow opens it, lifts up a knife, and she's like, and she screamed. And I've seen that scene so many across several movies here, but I don't even. It just stuck with me, that scene. Like, what is going on? Why? Like, the woman's scream is very guttural, and to move something inside of you. And most people in that moment in the contemporary movie, when the character is watching that particular scene, yeah, something will not happen, and they will not check. They'll be scared because of how scary that scene is. Yeah. So I've been seeing it. And then there's this other movie that I think Ryan Murphy did, not movie but series, like Bates Motel, something like that, yeah. And the series about cutting this thing because I want my absorbing space. It's a series about like a boy living with his mother, and I just feel as if the Norman Bates stuff is mostly like mother horror. Oh, mother controlling her son, and I never ever connected it to Psycho. That's the name of the movie I'm talking about now, Psycho. So, anyways, I was like, I'm going to watch this scene, and the name of that movie is Psycho, directed by Alfred Hitchcock. Yeah, Alfred Hitchcock is supposed to be this, not supposed to be. He's actually this great. He's actually this great director. If I want to confess, when they talk about something like, let's say, the 60s, the 50s, I really don't know exactly what this period of time is. Yeah, this movie came out in 1960, I think. Psycho came out in 1960. So this one too is very absorbent, very very absorbent. Let me see. Psycho came out in 1960, I think. 1960 is when Nigeria was gaining independence. Oh, my name is King. I'm from Nigeria. 1960 was when Nigeria was when Nigeria gained independence. Yeah, when Nigeria gained independence. Let me keep introducing the product. When more people come talk about the movies. So I already introduced my sunblock. I don't know if I would use it. There's a way it is bearable on my skin. Yeah, I can stand the feeling on my skin, but I don't know. When I want to wash my face, I'm scared of. No, it's actually cool. It's actually cool. So this is sunblock. What's the name? The SAR sunblock. SAR sunblock. Um, why the hell is there an ostrich? Is the ostrich supposed to represent sunscreen or something? Before I put any product on my face, let me continue introducing my stuff. And this is the concealer that I use. No name, no brand. I just got it at the market. It was a big buy for me. It was a big buy for me. I'm going to be using this concealer here. Master concealer. It has like different tones that I've been using. One thing I like about it is this very pale shade, because I'm the type of person, I like to paint my face white. Yeah, I like it to be white, you know. I don't know where I would find like just pure white, you know, paint for white face paint, yeah, just to paint my face up, yeah. But sometimes I use the concealer, and then when I put on my powder, it just makes my face extra pale, yeah. I like it. It's not that I'm aiming to achieve uniformity most times. I just want my face to be very, very pale. Let me just bite the bullet and start. The thing about putting on makeup in my face is that I fear I'm allergic to a lot of these products. But I don't know how to test um, the ones, like I don't know how to test or where I could go to test for makeup product that would not be allergic to me, because nobody's going to give you like free samples to like test when you're buying. Yeah, at least in the markets where I go to with my makeup, my eyeshadow palette, the place I go to buy makeup is like this open air market here, and this old phone, this open air market, and another old phone, and then nobody's going to be like, oh, test my product for free, you know, and if you are allergic to it, you can go away just like that. No, you see the product, you use eye pencil, you see the product, eyeliner, you see the product you like, you know, you price it and then you buy it. So that's the issue. That's why I haven't bought any more product or thrown out these ones, because to be honest, um, I don't want to waste my money anymore. Like most of the products I use are kind of, they make me allergic. Like my skin reacts to it, especially my around my eyes. I don't know. I don't think there's any product I've ever used or somebody has ever used on my eyes that has not made my eyes hurt so bad, like really really bad. And I'm like, does that mean I should not put eye makeup on? Like, okay. So today I'm just going to focus on maybe around my just my cheeks, my lips, and I do like putting makeup here as well. When I put on makeup here, my nose gets, this place gets so sweaty, as if it's, you know, reacting to the product. I start to feel a bit nervous, and this place just sweats away the makeup, so it ends up like very uneven, like with the rest of my face, because of the sweat here. Just thinking about it is making me sweat, and on my forehead too. So maybe I'm just not very comfortable with makeup yet, you know, even though I really like it. You know, one thing I really love seeing on women and people of different gender is just this expression, you know, through makeup. I love that. I wish I could do something like that. Yeah. This is the other foundation I use, Mary Kay. This one is also good. I thought it would be this Mary Kay foundation. This Mary Kay foundation here is medium coverage, and I thought it would bother me with the texture or something, but it's actually one of my best products, because it comes like it feels like a lotion, like I'm applying a lotion on my face here, unlike the sticky foundation I've used in the past. Yeah, this is also concealer. I bought this since so many years ago. I don't know if it's expired now, sha, but it has been helpful to me a long time before I got this foundation or whatever. And I don't think I need foundation and concealer like at the same time here, because my face is kind of simple, you know, to me. Oh, to me, maybe professionals will say otherwise, but my face is simple to me. And it's like once I put on concealer, like, or if I put on concealer alone or I put on foundation alone, like it's just okay in my eyes or in my face, my judgment. Yeah, so I'm not really, you know, I don't know which one I'm going to use today. Whether I'll use this or I'll use this. But this has a very yellowish orange tint here. When I put it on, my face ends up looking a bit orange, but it also looks very smoother. And then I like the cool feel of the product on my face, unlike this one. This one is already, I think this one is up, is completely finished here. I'm just like squeezing out the tube. um so I have this eyeliner, and I have this powder. And the reason why I still have this powder is because I rarely use it. Yeah, it's new. I got it like maybe 2022. I have this powder, no name brand, nothing. It's just I go to the market, I see people selling a bunch of makeup products, and I'm like, hey, what about this one? And I price it. So This is no name brand, and the shade is way lighter than my skin tone. Yeah, but I don't have a problem with that because my foundation and my concealer, they are darker than this. So even I put it on, it kind of evens itself out here. And this is a mix of mascara and eyeliner. Today I will not be using this because, like I said, products react to, like, my eyes react to products no matter how small in quantity I use it. Yeah. um hey, don't fall. This is what I used to apply eyeshadow or something like that. That is what I do. Anyway, then all I was talking about movies. Today is about the movies because I'm so excited to talk about different things. Yeah, different things I saw in the movies. I didn't go to the cinema. I watched it on my phone. I'm so happy I have a phone. If I use sunscreen, I don't need to use foundation, I think. So I was talking about Psycho. Yeah, Psycho was produced. Psycho was my voice. What's wrong with my voice? Psycho was released in 1960. Yeah, it's directed by this very famous man, Alfred Hitchcock. I don't know if you've heard of him. I've heard of him too. Another thing about Psycho that attracted me was the director. Like, he's so popular. I think there's no media when you're talking about famous influences in film and all of that, that you will not hear somebody reference Alfred Hitchcock. Yeah, he's just that part of the, it's like his foundation out to American, like, films and whatnot. So anyways, let me see if this will not in. Let's try this one. So in the movie, yeah, Psycho is about what to say, how to say it. Now, you have to understand that if you want to go ahead and watch Psycho, you have to be ready that Psycho is not going to rush you. So in movies of that age, yeah, they had a story to tell. I'm not saying this year, this age, these contemporary movies are, not good enough or something, but movies in those times, yeah, had a story to tell. There was no rush. So you had to sit and wait until you get to the story. Hello Ray-Bans, thank you for joining the chat today. Subscribe. I am okay. I hope you are good as well. So I'm talking about Psycho for now. So Psycho, the way the story starts off, you have no singular clue. If you've not seen it before, if you've not been spoiled on the movie, you have no singular clue where this man is going with his story. Yeah, because it starts out very, like, plainly. A lady is having this, like, a lady, her name is Marion. So she's having this affair. I don't call it an affair because she's not cheating on any, like, it's not a scandalous relationship here, but it feels like an affair because she and her boyfriend are meeting only. Her boyfriend name is Sam. I'm from Nigeria, Ray. So her boyfriend name is Sam, and her boyfriend is just, I think he just got divorced or is planning to divorce his wife, but he can't yet marry her. No, he has divorced his wife, but he can't be in a public relationship with Marion because he has alimony to pay, and he's actually very down on his luck right now because of the expensive alimony he pays his wife or whatever. That's what they always say. They always say alimony is expensive, but that's the life. Like, you have to actually take care of her. From Queen, from where? Where is Queen? Where is Queen? I'm so happy. The sunscreen is not stressing me at this point. It's easy, it's light, I'm happy. And this foam is actually very good. Very cool. It matches with this paint. It's very America. Oh, okay, welcome to the chat. So have you seen Psycho? I'm talking about Psycho by Alfred Hitchcock. Have you seen it? I've been on a streak of watching classical Hollywood movies, yeah, which is something I've never felt inspired to do for the longest time, like, ever, yeah. Because, and it's interesting to me because I have a lot of interest in Hollywood productions, yeah. Hollywood productions, like, they were my earliest dive into cinema, yeah. Oh, age. I don't talk about age on my channel. Age is not important. As long as you're an adult, it's all good. If you're not an adult, let me know so that I will censor myself a bit so that to not be uncomfortable. Yeah. Are you an adult? Should I use this? I don't want to use concealer because I've already put on powder. I think the thing here is that, so what was I saying? I was talking about how I think it's unique. Like it's very interesting that I never ever thought of diving into classical Hollywood. Yeah. Funny enough, yeah, another interesting fact is like my parents, like growing up as a child, and my parents were big on. Okay, I grown, yeah, that's good. My parents were really big on like American movies. Yeah. In our house, we had Saturdays for movies and music, so they would put on. But then my parents, like, they had this um they enjoyed a specific genre of movies. Yeah, they liked all these action movies by Sylvester Stallone, so you know that they've watched all of Rambo. They watched it with us as kids. They love Al Pacino, so you know they've watched what Godfather 1, 2, 3 and whatever. It's just okay, it's past 9:22 a.m. What is the time over in Queens, America? Where is Queens? Is Queens not in New York? So they're like big movie fans. So a lot of the time though, because of how they watch all these action movies, thriller, scary movies, the way Godfather was so like scary. I don't even have full memories of watching, like full memories of the way the Godfather trilogy played out, because I was always so scared of the betrayal. I was scared of, people that the characters my parents love, dying, and how they. My mom loves this. My mom used to talk about. My mom and dad used to talk about Junior. There's a Junior in Godfather, and I think he was killed. I think, I don't know. He was betrayed or something, and the dawn and all of that. Anyways, so like with that kind of history that I have, I think it's interesting that I never ever thought of diving into classical Hollywood. Yeah, I don't know. Also, my parents were big fans of Sylvester Stallone, so they always watch anything he was in. And this guy, John Travolta too. So I guess that is where I watched Grease for the first time from. I don't want to put makeup on my nose. Oh, Florida, 4:23 a.m. So early in the day. Why are you up? Are you working? 4 a.m. is so early, Ray. Are you working? Oh, I don't put makeup on my nose. It's powder, brown powder. I don't put makeup on my nose, but let me just allow it because it's on stream. Can always clean it up. Usually, if I'm going out and I'm going to be outside, I don't put makeup on my nose, on my forehead, and on my filtrum because they just get sweaty and they sweat off everything. So, um, yeah. So with that history I was talking about here in my forehead is already sweating. With that history, oh yeah, bored. Yeah. Have you seen the movie Cycle? I don't know. What do I do when I'm bored? I watch movies. Like I watch like movies that compel, like that makes me have like strong feelings. Yeah. I didn't even put concealer. Thank you for saying that. My skin is beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Um. So I think that is mostly majority of what I wanted to achieve. Okay, so I wanted to get this Hollywood, old Hollywood, not new Hollywood, old Hollywood kind of glam, and most of it was emphasized in their brows, their eyes, and their lips. But I don't want to put makeup on my eyes today because I don't want it to have, a reaction, a certain kind of reaction to it. I've never been to America. When I was very young, like a lot of people used to dream in my country of traveling to America, yeah, but I didn't have such dreams. Even though I really enjoyed the media at the time, yeah, I didn't have such lofty goals of traveling to America. One, because it was quite scary. A lot of people lost properties. They tried to. Why am I shaving my brows after the fact? No, I've not thought about coming or ever. I don't know. It's a kind of scary place to be. From what I've heard, yeah, it feels scary. Even though actually one thing that is very interesting about America, it is her multiculturalism. Like you see a lot of different cultures here in America, and I think that should be more. That should encourage people to what visit and explore different cultures. But despite its multiculturalism, it feels very like intolerant here still. It's like people, so many people are living there, like different cultures. Why is it up to now? Like people have not learned. I want to draw a line. I want to draw a line on it. Usually, yeah, I shave my brows, or I don't let it grow so much. I don't know, because I've been busy this period. Because I've been busy this period, that's why I haven't gotten around to shaving them. Like you think by now, yeah, they would have learned to live with each other, learn to coexist with each other, but no. Every day is one news story or the other of people not happy, other people are living in the same country that you don't own. So, and back then, yeah, it was in the movies and in the books. Thank you, Ray. Thank you so much. You are too kind. So it was in the movies I read, the things that America, like as a country, inflicted on its people, and it really hurts my heart. My dad had a lot of books, like he had books of Martin Luther's King speeches. He had books about slavery. I got to read a lot of stories and novels, about slavery and how people suffered in that era. Like it's horrifying to read. And then I think it was popular in the early 2000s to see like slavery movies and all that, and it was thank you, Ray. It was just so, like, I don't know, it was stressful, it was stressful. Like, stop, I'm not going. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in going to a place that seems so harsh to visitors. So harsh. Why are you so harsh to visitors? So anyways, that's why I've never thought of America as a place to visit. Even though that period I had a lot of like major musical influences that I appreciated and I respected that were all from America. It still didn't inspire this feeling of, oh, I'm going to America to see them. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Ray. I'm going to America to see them. Like I didn't feel that way about it. I was like, no, you can look at them from afar. I'm happy you exist. Well, I'm not interested in visiting your country. Yeah, so that's my own thing with America. I never had aspirations to visit the country. And also, there's so many, like, growing up here, we hear so many stories about Nigerians losing all of their hard-earned money and properties and being homeless and being destitute, going bankrupt because they were scammed over, like, in the process of immigration. I wouldn't say it's hot, but I wouldn't also say it's cold. You are somewhere in the middle. The weather is kind of transitioning to dry season. We have only two seasons here, rainy and dry season. And dry season, it can get really hot or really freaking cold. So sometimes it's in the middle, like this period now. There's been a lot of rains, There's been a lot of rains, but this thing looks very nice and uniform. I feel like I would start using my sunscreen as my foundation. Like this is the thing I'm going to use now. I'm not going to stress about concealer and foundation anymore, because and also this foam is delicious, soft, it's gentle on my skin, and it's not itching me at all. So I win. Even if it was I don't know. I think I'm ready for the cold. I like the cold. But early this morning, yeah, around like I think 2 a.m. I woke up shivering so bad I could not even stand. Like I could not stand. I was like shivering. You guys are going to experience. You guys are going to experience. Does Florida experience winter? I don't think so. From what I've heard about Florida, does Florida experience winter? But you guys have cold season, yeah. You don't experience snow, but you have cold season, right? Like now in autumn, now you guys are experiencing cold, yeah. Okay, so I said I wanted to do my brows a certain way. You guys experience like really cold weather here, but you don't have snow, right? I think that's what I've heard of Florida. I'm not too sure. So I'm going to use this thing to try to, I don't know, should I just not bother with my brows? Oh, it's tropical. Wow. So that means you guys have somewhat of a similar weather to our country, because Nigeria is also tropical. Pray I get this correctly. Okay, lower lip is not hard. It's like it's hard, but it's not so difficult. But the upper lip, hmm, hmm. Don't distract me, Ray. If you make me make a mistake, I will penalize you. Okay, I think it's not so good, but at least fair. Mm, mm. Of course, it's not even. It's not even. It's never ever even. I don't know what to do. Yeah, I do wear lip gloss. Like, do my lip gloss. Yeah, I wear lip gloss. I don't know if I'm going to put on lip gloss with this look, because I have this um uh effect I want to create. Yeah, let me try it. So I also have another lip gloss. Um, this is the lipstick I want to try. It's purple, but it's kind of dark. Yeah, it's very dark. But I don't have black like lipstick or really dark lipstick. I have these reds. I actually love this red a lot. I love this red, even though I bought this thinking like it's just an extra to this one. Yeah. Oof, this place is not even at all. I don't know. Should I put red lipstick on, or should I just? I want to make it dark. Let me do something with the brown first. Use the brown color. Mm. How? Um, I have a coffee. If you want to do so, I have a coffee that you can support me. The link is in my description. I wish I was at the stage of monetization here so that you can freely support me. I opened a coffee if you want to donate any amount to buy me lunch. Of course, when I have lunch, I'm going to post a picture of it on my Instagram. Uh, oh no, I don't have Cash App. Um, can you send it directly to my account? If you can send directly to my account, I can email you. But I don't have Cash App. Instagram, okay, it's in my description of the video. That, I think that alien or something. What is it? Please check the description of my video so you'd see. I can't even. Whatever. I'm trying to create this. Oh, everybody knows it's Halloween soon, yeah. So what if I paint my lips like Morticia? Morticia, I cannot even begin to beat her again. I have an Instagram and I have an email where you can, check, get closer to me. My Instagram is in my description and my email is in my description. I do not have a cash app, but I can send you after I'm done with the stream. Oh, okay. What kind of phone is it? What kind of phone are you using? This is my phone is a Samsung. Uh, I should actually put on lip gloss now, or I should just um the Motorola. Do you know? That's amazing. Is it like the flip phone? The flip Motorola. Are you serious right now? Why? Why are you using a Motorola? Um, I'm not going anywhere actually because I have to prepare for an exam. So I'll be reading all day indoors. I have exams to prepare for. I have so much material to read. So I was like, let me just hop on a live, just say hi to everybody, and all that and all that. What about you? Are you going somewhere this morning? Oh, it's just 4 a.m. Yeah. Mm, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be at home all day, trying to get my books. Oh, that's interesting. I'm happy that you're comfortable, Ray. Mm, an email. Oh, okay. The Motorola is a touch screen. Okay. That feels like I'll be able to operate a Motorola as well if it was a touch screen one, yeah. Because I can't imagine how to like navigating all this very varied internet controls with just like touchpad. Anything goes in America. See what I'm saying? America is so wild, I swear. Okay, should I try this lipstick? Yes. I don't want to spoil the aesthetic I'm going for. Let me try this lip gloss. Let's see if it will be perfect. Mm-hmm. Ah. Oh, it's perfect. Oh. This is, oh my god, look at my lip gloss wand. It's dark now. For real. That means I'll put my eye down because I was thinking about like maybe when I'm opportune to change my phone, yeah, I would I don't want to get the Samsung phone anymore. I think I want to get the Huawei. That's a Chinese phone, yeah. And before I used to be very skeptical of Chinese phones because of the PR of Chinese phones in our country. When the whole manufacturing game, like the whole phone race, like manufacturing phones race started, in Nigeria, the phones that came to us here were these like what we call fake China phone. Like they were very loud, ugly. Their aesthetic was not nice at all. So, like ever since then, the idea of buying Chinese phone for a typical Nigerian is just like, why would I buy a Chinese phone? Yeah. But now that the game has gone up and the Chinese market has blossomed, yeah. So there are a lot of wonderful products like phone options. Phones nothing less than from let's say from 700K and above, 700,000 naira. I don't know how much that is in dollars. I think it's more than $100. I think. How much is $100 in this thing? Think of getting a Huawei phone, and Huawei is like from 700, 800, 900, 1 million naira. Can you imagine? So, no, this is different. This is different. Huawei phones, like Chinese phones, are expensive as hell. I'm not interested in buying an iPhone because iPhone is money, yeah. So I'm not interested in any of that. Also, it is not even worth the amount that they call. Can you imagine an iPhone going for 2 million naira? How? How? Are you insane? No, no. So if we can talk to me directly, you can talk to me through emails. You can talk to me through emails. Put my lip gloss and my lipstick in this purse. They're not in the same purse, they're different. put my lashes here as well because I'm not ready to put anything on my eyes. Connect to me through emails. I have my Instagram DMs open. Feel free to talk to me. Also, are you going to cash up me lunch? Or were you just joking? Because a lot of people do that. Just get my hopes up for nothing. So I was talking about a movie here. Let me arrange my purse. I think this is the final look. With these dark lips here, I feel like a lot of, because it was mostly black and white pictures then, yeah, you see a lot of these Hollywood, sirens, or this Hollywood like top women, top female actresses, like have these dark lips in contrast with their very pale faces, and then very dark eyes and fierce eyebrows. Yeah, so like I think that is a look I can get behind. Yeah, cash out on Apple Pay. Okay, so I will be expecting it. Yeah, I don't know about Apple Pay. I don't have an iPhone, but I can ask um a friend, a sibling, to give me their Apple Pay. You can just email me, or you DM me, and then I'll send it to you. How about that? DM me on Instagram, and then I'll send you the Apple Pay if they have it, or their Cash App if they have it, or you just send it directly to my bank account. I don't know if it's possible. Well, like I don't know. I don't know if it's possible, but I'm going to I'm going to be very, very happy if I get it, because I'm excited already. So anyways, I want to stay longer on the stream. So maybe after the stream here, we're going to do that. Oh, should I put this here? Can I put this? Oh no, I can't put this here. I'm not already talking about. So Hollywood, actresses, they I've been seeing a lot of pictures ever since I watched Psycho, yeah. Since I watched Psycho, I have been seeing a lot of Hollywood pictures and everything on my timeline, and then I watched a lot of movies, yeah. So Psycho is about this lady. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. So anyways, what was I saying? Um what was I talking about? The movie, yeah. So Psycho, the movie Psycho, the lady, she's having this relationship with her boyfriend Sammy, yeah, but she cannot come out and talk about. They cannot date in public because he's poor and he's not ready for the pressure of that. So she's also not well off. Yeah, she's not rich. Anyway, she goes to her job that particular day, and she works at an estate agent, realtor's agent, agency, and so her boss comes in with a customer that day that has this big contract for the company, that is $40,000 worth of a house he purchased for his own daughter, as a wedding gift. And the money, he's so excited to like spend such money on his kids, so he's like, take the money here, and he gives the money directly to our character Marion. And the boss is like, Marion, please take this money to the bank. I don't want us to have any issue. Please go directly to the bank and deposit this $40,000. And Marion has this look of she's very nonplussed. She's not bothered. She's not impressed. She's just very calm. And she's like, okay, I also want to take the rest of the day off because I'm not feeling so good. And her boss is like, fine, on your way home, just deposit stuff at the bank. And she's like, okay. So Marion goes home and starts to pack her load. She starts to pack her bag. And then she has this plan. Like, when you're watching the movie, you don't really see, you don't really know what's going on in her head, but you know that she's going to run away with the money. So she packs the bag, and what happens? She gets in her car and she starts driving out of town. But on the way, before she leaves the town, like entirely, yeah, she sees her boss crossing the road, and her boss now looks directly at her because she's in front of the lights. Yeah, so the boss looks at her and is like, "Why are you like?" He's he feels odd. You said you were going home to rest, and I'm seeing in your car. Why? You know. So, anyways, she zooms off after the light turns, and she starts to travel. And she's traveling for so long, yeah, that she now falls asleep. You know, in the night on the roadside. And then in the morning, a sheriff comes and knocks on her window, wakes her up, and it's like, "Hello, why are you sleeping on the street? You shouldn't do that. It's not safe." Blah blah blah. Anyways, she's like, "Okay, um, I will." She's like, "Okay." I actually felt like I didn't want to fall asleep while driving, so I parked by side road and I said, and you know that Marion is so kind of naive. She's earnest. She sees the world in a very simple way. It's like she's not even aware of the dangers. And my dad. She's not even aware of the dangers, that exist. Um, like just traveling as a woman, yeah, just by yourself, no, but just a single woman traveling, yeah. She's not even. It's as if she's not aware of the dangers and all that and all that. So, anyways, she listens to the sheriff and she goes away, but the sheriff is following her close behind, and I feel scared for her. I feel like the sheriff is going to stop her, but there's no reason for the sheriff to stop her. You understand? There's no reason why the sheriff should stop her. Oh, something fell. So I live with my dad. Only my dad. My mom is. I live with my parent, but my mom is not around right now. So, anyways, you might hear some level of like noisy disruptions or whatever. I hope you are not bothered by that. I hope you're not bothered by that. So, anyways, what was I saying? What was I saying? Marion, she's bothered by the sheriff, and the sheriff checks her license. Everything is in place. Yeah, everything is organized. So he lets her go, and she's going, but he's following her behind. And then he cuts off later into the other side of the road. Then she gets to a car dealership and she changes her car because she has the money. Yeah. But the sheriff is on the other side of the road watching her. Yeah. And I'm like, what? This sheriff, he's so unserious. Like at the end of the day, I don't know. I don't know. What was all that surveillance for? It was so unnecessary because at the end of the day, he was not the one that he did not save Marion. You get, he could not protect Marion. Like one thing about police officers, they're always suspicious about the wrong things. They always have their priorities wrong. They always end up wrong. Like I don't know why they exist in the first place. Yeah. But anyways, she gets in the new car and she leaves the dealership. Then night falls and she's like, okay, instead of sleeping by side road again today, let me check into a motel. And so she stops at this motel and it's raining previously, like it's raining heavily, yeah. So anyways, what happens? She what happens? So the motel attendant, yeah, the owner of the motel is this man. His name is Norman Bates. And he's friendly. He's a very chill guy. He seems like an average fellow. He has no real stress. Anyways, Marion checks into this motel, yeah, and she checks under a fake name, and then she checks under like Mary Samuels, yeah. And so what happens? What happens to her? She's in her room, and then Norman is like, oh, have you had anything to eat? I can prepare something for you to eat. I just live here with my mom. She's in the house. I live here. And ever since they took away the main road from us, we've not seen customers and all that and all that. Yeah. So anyways, she's like, okay. And so she's like, okay, she accepts his offer of breakfast, or no, of dinner, but it's just a sandwich. So they sit in his living room and they start to have this discussion. So Norman has this habit of stuffing birds. Yeah, he says it's easy to stuff birds, it's cheaper, and also it's a fun hobby for him. And I don't know, I feel like if I checked into a motel and I saw this one guy with a lot of stuffed birds, I wouldn't be so friendly with him. I'm not like shaming Mario now. I'm just saying it that I don't know. I would be less, because especially since it's at night, I'll be less open to the idea of like dialoguing with him. Yeah, because stuffing birds is a very unique hobby. It's not common. Yeah, and it's like I don't know. Maybe I might not agree with your ideologies at the end of the day. So anyways, they have this conversation and Norman starts to talk about how he's taking care of his mother. His mother is his world. His mother is his best friend. And she's like, don't you have things to do? Don't you have places to go? And he's like, no, this is my job. This is my life. And then it's the way the mother, before now, the mother had already like screamed at him not to entertain Marion, and that Marion is, suspicious. Marion is evil. She's going to deceive him as he doesn't know anything, yeah. And so, um, what happens? Marion, um, Marion, what was I talking about, Marion? So Marion just listens to it and she's like, oh yeah, like maybe the mother is not okay. Maybe the mother, even me too, like when I heard the mother screaming at Norman, I was like, okay, maybe the mother does not, like, is not feeling fine. She's not well, and, it's not easy to take care of a sick mom. It's hard, it takes a toll on your psychology, like your psyche, sorry, and you can go insane. Just taking care of a sick person is very difficult, actually. I don't know if you've had any experience in that, like, because I don't know, it's just hard to take care of, especially when they're a family member, like how you begin to process, taking care of them. What about the pride, their dignity? You want to respect them, you want to give them space, but you also want your space, but you can't really go too far because you feel as if, you always have to be there for them, and they'll feel like this, they feel bad that um they are weighing on you, they don't want to be a burden to you. Taking care of sick family members is kind of, it's not fun at all. I remember when I was really, really sick. Yeah, I think it was just 2015, 2016. I was very sick, and my mom had to do a lot of things for me, and I felt so bad for her. Like, I could not take a shower standing. I had to sit on the floor and just pour water on my body like this, and I could not sit up for so long. I had to lie down. Like, I was very, very sick, and anyways, my mom was like, supporting me throughout. She was there for me. She and I felt bad for her. Yeah, I felt really bad for her. I felt like a burden to my family, actually, because it's just like, I don't want them to worry about me. I could not eat like solids. I could not eat solids, and they would be like, oh, they would have to prepare like very unique kind of meals for me to be able to swallow so that I'll be able to take drugs or something. Yeah. So it was really hard, especially like, so since I've experienced that, I understand how stressful it is to take care of a sick family member. But anyways, I think that this particular sickness, this situation of Norman was extreme. It was bad because, his mom, he has been there for her like since forever, yeah, because his own father died, and then she remarried, I think, another man. So the money she got from her husband's in like death, after her husband's death, the man encouraged her to buy a motel, this motel that he's working at here, and he should buy a motel, and he should, like, they should run it together. But then the man was cheating on his mother, and she took poison, and she poisoned him, and she took poison as well. So they died side by side. That's what Norman told. No, hold on. Not that she killed the husband, but she was still like, she did not die. She was just sick, and now it was up to Norman to take care of her. Yeah. So Norman was taking care of her, and then Marion was just talking to him, and he was not like that, talking to Marion. That was her own situation, and she was like, oh, she has entered a trap of her own making, and she had decided not to, go deeper into the trap, that she will go back home and she won't, follow this path that she was taking. So in that moment, I feel like Marion, listening to Norman, she felt inspired to, um, change her ways, kind of reflect on the decision that she had made, and she saw that there was no future in this path she was taking here. Like, it was not going to give her freedom, because I'm sure that's what she wanted. She wanted to buy freedom here, so that she can date her boyfriend in peace. So anyways, Marion retires to her room. Norman is like, let her go. She has finished eating and she goes to her room. So she goes to her room. She arranges her stuff. She puts her boxes away. She brings out her nightwear. She's ready to take a shower. So she writes on a sheet of paper. She spent $700. Hello, Moa. Welcome to the chat. Please subscribe. Have fun. Stay. Whatever. So I'm talking about this movie Psycho. I don't know if you've seen it. It's by Alfred Hitchcock. Where are you from? I'm from Nigeria. My name is King. What was I talking about? I'm talking about this movie Psycho. I don't know if you've seen it. I just watched it for the first time last week, Saturday, and it was life changing. First of all, it was all in black and white. I used to think I was not somebody that would enjoy black and white movies, but I do. In fact, I'm looking forward to watching more black and white movies here. When I was young, it was so, oh, yeah, you've been here before. Hello, 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 hello. Hi, hi. I think I remember your username. I think I remember your username. Um, have you seen Psycho? Or what do you have, like, Hollywood movies, old Hollywood movies, classical Hollywood movies that you've seen, and the ones that you like? The one I want to talk about in this on this stream, include Psycho, Vertigo, two of them by Alfred Hitchcock. Psycho, Vertigo, what other one? There's another one I watched. Anyways, I'll remember. Psycho, Vertigo, A Clockwork Orange, and what other movie was I watching? Did I put on my thumbnail? What movie did I watch? It's just those three now. Oh, again, you. I don't talk about marriage here, and I don't talk about age here. I've said that before. Everybody's free to talk to me, and I'm free to talk to everybody. That's where we are. Ooh, my headset fell out. I hope the background noise has reduced now for you guys that are listening to me. So anyways, also there's light today. We don't have like constant lights in this country here. So I'm lucky that I woke up to see light, electricity today. So I'm happy. Yeah, what was I talking about? Psycho, yeah. So Psycho. So Mariam prepares to go to bed. So she decides she felt for write out how much she's taking from the 40K, and that's $700. So she decides to pay back the money. So that's just like the kind of thing that is said without words. So she arranges the money. She doesn't put it in her box. She arranges it in a fold of newspaper, and she puts it by her nightstand. And then she goes to the bathroom like to shower, to rest and all of that. And as she's showering, what happens? A shadow comes up behind the shower curtain and opens the flips it, drags it open, and starts to stab Marion. And no, 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 no. When you look at the figure that is doing that to Marion, you see their face covered with cloth, yeah, and they have on this hair. And when I was watching, because of the movement of the camera, I could not really focus. My mind was like, like I'm not seeing the face of the mother, because obviously you assume it's the mother here because she's wearing a gown and all of that. And also she was against Norma speaking with Marion. So obviously, that's the conclusion. But like, why is her face covered? And then again, the censorship laws was so strict on TV then that you could not see blood on either the knife or on the victim. Yeah, you just see movement. And I kept on hoping, I kept on hoping that Maya would survive, like she wouldn't die, but because I didn't see the blood, I was like, okay, because I'm not seeing, maybe she survives or something, but she does not survive. She just falls over dead over the bathtub, and the mother leaves the bathroom and all of that and goes back to the big house. And so the water, the shower keeps running. You can see the blood flowing, all of that in the drain. And Norman, comes to investigate the water sound there, and um, he sees Marion in that state, and he's like, he has visible reaction. He's so bothered, like he's so stressed. He runs to the house, and he starts to shout at his mother. He's like, "Oh, mother, blood, blood!" And I'm like, "It's your fault. Why won't you be able to put like a leash on your mom?" And I'm sure this is not her first time doing it, yeah. Because if she's so angry at the idea of you being around women, what about possible female like guests that have come to your motel? What happens to them? You can't pretend like your mom is so horrible when you know how to control the situation and you don't control the situation, yeah. So anyways, Norman rushes back to Marion's room and starts to clean up. He folds her into a rug, puts her in the boot of her car, gathers up her things, mops up the bathroom, cleans up every sign, even the money too. He sees the money, he folds it, doesn't even know what is inside, throws it inside the bag, puts it inside the car, everything. Then he drives the car into the swamp near the motel. And that's the end of Marion. And I was just like, what I don't know, I really enjoyed seeing Marion on my screen. She was so unique. Like she's styled in such a way to show that she's um maybe a woman in her 20s, you know, and her voice is rough, kind of husky, and then she has this serious relationship with her boyfriend, and it's like, okay, she's mature, that feeling of maturity, and it's like, but then when this thing happens to her, I began to see her in this kind of light of, oh, she was just a girl, she was just, I don't know, naive, in her own ways of in her perspective of the world. Yeah, she was just naive and all of that. So, anyways, what happens? Norma goes to sleep, and that's the end of Mario. But the issue with Marion's case is that she left on Friday with the money. So middle of next week, everybody's asking about her. They even call her sister. She has a sister named Lila. And they call Lila. They say Lila should look for her sister, that her sister hasn't coming to work. The money is missing. Blah, blah, blah. And the sister like, I don't know what you're talking about. Marion has not spoken to me since Friday, and she starts to, she's on the case. She's like, at first she's like, Marion, come and see this case. So don't come and disturb my life. But then when she has not seen her sister after many days, she's now worried that, okay, this is not just about the money, this is something serious. So she followed the trail to her boyfriend, Samuel. So she goes to see Samuel, Marion's boyfriend. And the way the situation is like, because they know Marion has been working for the company for like 10 years, yeah. So they feel like maybe she was just tempted. They don't need to open a police report about it, just, misunderstanding. Maybe if she comes back, they'll forgive her and everything will be well. And I was like so happy to see that. I don't know, I felt like, I don't know, people should be giving chances like that, you know? Because I know the Marion decided to return the money, yeah. So it's not as if she was even running away with it. She just decided to return, the money and all of that. So if she decided to return the money, yeah, her heart was in a good place overall, you know. But then that happened to her. So her sister was very like stressed. Like, so she went to look for her boyfriend. So she went to meet up with the boyfriend named Samuels. And when she got to Samuel's shop, she started to tell Samuel that, look, my sister has not been home. Are you hiding her? Tell her to come and let us settle this matter. She stole this, she did this. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I've not seen Mariam since the last time I spoke, and that was like also last week, yeah. I've not seen her. I even thought she would come to me, but she has not come. I've not seen her. Anyways, as they are both speaking about the issue, a strange man comes into their midst, and the man's name is Abungarst or something. The guy is a private investigator hired by her family. Hired by the family of the client here to get the 40K back so that he can buy a house for his daughter. So, anyways, when that detective, like the private investigator, come into their midst here, he's like, okay, what is going on here? Are you people colluding? Like, I don't know, what do you mean colluding, blah 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 blah. So he's like, no, she's in this town. She's in this town because she was probably on her way to see her boyfriend. So she definitely stopped by here. But I've been through a lot of motels before this city, for this county, and I have talked to her. Nobody has seen her. So I will check this town and then I'll get back to both of you. And they're like, fine. So Abongas went to the motel, and he now came. He went checking around different motels during the, after I left those two, and then he came upon the Bates motel, and then he saw Mr. Bates, Norman, and he's like, Norman. So they start to have this conversation, and Norman is making different slip ups. At first he says Marion was not there. Then he says, well, there was a woman there. There was no Marion. And he's like, okay, can I check the register? So Norman gives him the register, and he sees the name Mary Samuels, and he's like, okay, that is Marion, because Mary is like the short form of Marion, and Samuels is the name of her boyfriend. So obviously she's the one. So Norman was not like, oh, I remember there was a lady that showed up here one rainy night. She got a room and she slept. Then Norman now slept up again and said they were having a conversation. And I was like, I thought she went straight to bed. I was like, no, they're having a conversation. Like, I forgot. So I said, okay, you forgot. So who else lives with you? She said, oh, my mother lives in the big house. I live here. And whenever Norman says my mother lives in the big house here, after that conversation, we see, as the audience, we see a shadowy female figure moving through the big house, through the windows of the big house facing the motel. So the private investigator was like, okay, can I speak with your mother? Norman said, no, you can't speak with my mother, that she's sick. So they're like, no, I have to speak to her. Maybe she knows something. Norman was like, see, if you don't have a warrant, you have to go now. Because, like, if you don't have a warrant, I don't have anything. I don't know any. So the detective said, okay. The investigator said, okay, I'll leave. So he pretended to leave. Norman went about his business. But then the detective now came out from his car. He now called Lila, and he said, Lila, I found something. I think she was in this hotel. So I think she stayed over in this motel. And there is the what do you call them? The receptionist Norman lives with his mom. So I want to question the mom. Maybe she saw something. Maybe she did something. And then when I question her, I'll get back to you in an hour. That's what the detective said. That's what the investigator said to Lila, my Marion's sister. So she now the detective now, like, kind of stealthily found his way to the big house, and he climbed up the stairs and was ready to come upon Norman's mom, like, just ask her questions. But she came out of the room again. Her face was covered, yeah, and this guy was standing at the top of the stairs. And then she attacked him, and he fell down. He fell down the stairs, and Norman came and saw the mess. Immediately mother did that. She now went back to her room. She didn't even bother about cleaning up. She didn't bother about the suspicious, the evidence and everything. Norman is the one that always cleans up after his mom. So he came and he cleaned up. He saw the investigator, and he was like, he wrapped the man up, put him in the car, dropped him in the swamp again. So hours had passed, and Lila was like getting very fidgety, very anxious. She was like, no, something has happened to this man. He said he'll call me in 1 hour. It's been 3 hours now. He has not called. We have to go there. So the Samuel was like, what if he just felt he would go further with his information? Maybe he found something and just went on. He said, no. He said he would call me back. You get, so I have to make sure, he comes. Like, I have to, like, he's not normal, like, he's not consistent with his character. You get. So anyways, she insists and insists and insists, and I think, yeah, she insists and insists, and then it's night time, but they can't go there by themselves. So they say they will go to. So Samuel's like, let's go to the sheriff's office. What is this? Samuel was like, let's go to the sheriff's office, yeah. And when they go to the sheriff's office, no, they go to the captain, like the chief. What they used to call them, the head of the sheriff's department. Like, they went to his house, and because Samuel knows the family or whatever, so Samuel is like talking to the sheriff, and he's like, oh, we have a case, so we want to check this guy's house, blah blah blah, his motel. And they're like, no, man is just an average kid, like, what do you want to do with him? And they're like, but this investigator went there, and we've not heard from him. He said he was going to talk to the mother, and since that time we've not heard. So they're not like his mother, Norman's mother. They're like, yes, like, he said he saw the mother even in the house, so he's going to talk to her. So the investigator, the head sheriff was like, that's when I know you guys are wrong, because Norman's mother died years ago. And they're like, what? How did she die? Where did she die? Why are you saying she died? All those kind of gist. Anyways, Norman's mother, like, what happens? What happens? So the investigator now calls Norman through his own family phone, and says that, Norman, did you see so person? Norman saying, like, he came, but he has left. Like, okay, thank you. And then the chief of police says, oh, um you can't find anything there. Norman's mom is dead. He's the only one there, blah blah blah. That his wife is even the one that buried. His wife was the one that buried, like, helped to dress Norman's mom, because she was put in the grave or something. So, like, she's dead. Everybody knows that she's dead. And they're like, but why did Abunga see that? So anyways, that is a Saturday. So Sunday comes, and they're like, okay, they'll check out the house after service or something. The chief of police is not even cooperative with them. He says no. He says he will send a patrol car to get later. So, but before he says this, before he sends the patrol car, Lila and Samuel decide that they will have their own investigation. They will just go, that let Samuel distract Norman while Lila goes to look at the mom, you get, so that they can whatever. So they go to the motel again, two of them. When they come out, they see Norman. Norman is greeting them like a normal person, and Lila is like, sorry, yes, Lila is acting like the wife of Samuel, and Samuel is like, oh, wants to book a room. Norman says, wants to book a cabin 10, because that's where cabin 1, that's where Marion stays. Norman says cabin 1 is not available, but you can book this other cabins. They're like, okay, we'll stay here, we'll pay this, we'll pay that. A lot of conversation. So as they are settling into the room now, Lila asks Samuel to distract Norman so she can go up to the big house and question the mom. So Samuel is successful at distracting Norman, yeah, much so that Lila is able to get away to the house. Then she starts to look around the house. And then that's for the first time we, the audience, start to see the house, yeah. So Lila goes into rooms, she's looking around, she's not seeing anything. So when she's about to leave the house, yeah, Norman, in his conversation with Samuels, realizes that Lila is not with him, and he fears that Lila has been up to the house. So Norman runs to the house, to kind of catch Lila in the act or something. So Lila hides, in the stairway close to the basement, and she's like, okay, um, she's going to hide there until Norman, goes around there. Like she just wants to hide away so that Norman wouldn't catch her. So, but as she's standing there, she looks towards the basement door and she opens it and she goes down the steps. She puts on the light and she sees the figure of a woman backing her on a chair, in sweater and her hair in a bun, all of that. And she wants to ask the person, like Norman's mom, say hello, and she touches the shoulder and turns the figure facing her, and she screams, because at the end of the day, that is not a human being. That is actually a skeleton, a live skeleton that has been allowed to kind of wither away in the basement. And she's screaming and screaming, and then Norman comes to meet her screaming in his he's the one that is like, he dresses up like his mom. He wears a sweater, he wears a wig, and he wants to stab Lila. But Lila fights him off, and then Samuel comes towards, follows the noise, and holds back Norman in his mom's dress with the knife, and holds him until the police comes. And so when the police arrest Norman and everything is cleared away, everybody's having this discussion in the police office, and they're like confused, like what happened here? Why is Norman dressing like that? And so a psychologist comes in, or a psychiatrist comes in to explain the whole situation to us and to them and the viewers there. And the psychiatrist is like, what the psychiatrist do? The psychiatrist is now like, well, the person we see there is not Norman. And they're like, how? Is it because he likes to dress up like a woman? One other saying he's a trans person, So it's like, no, he's not a trans person. In his mind, Norman is his mother, but it's not. So they're like, who committed the crime? He said it is his mother that committed the crime. I was like, but it is Norman dressed up as his mother holding the knife, yeah? And he's like, yeah, but the thing about Norman's mind, his mind has been fractured, yeah? His mind has been fractured um, in two parts, one for his mother and one for himself. So the one that is holding his mother is because, like, after his mother died, I don't know, it feels, the story is just kind of like Norman has this unnatural jealousy towards his mother, and the way it goes, the way the mother character confessed to the psychologist is that it was Norman that killed her and her husband. They're not the story that was being told, yeah. And because he felt so much jealousy, like, about the mother replacing him with a new man, you get. So he feels like, since he feels so much jealousy towards his mother will definitely feel so much jealousy towards him. So he acts out his mother's controlling, jealousy, in his own life with his relations with other people. So when he talks to women, he feels as if his mother is hating on him and his mother wants the relationship to die, that kind of thing. So he's acting as his mother and himself. But the dominant personality now, the personality of the mother, has been wanting to take over for the longest time to stop Norman from doing evil. So in this moment where he experienced a big shock, in the moment where he's acting as his mother, you get, that that personality has taken hold and no man is nowhere to be found again, according to psychologists here. So it's just very interesting to me, like the way the story ended here, because the story ended with us looking at Norman not moving, in the investigation room. Like he was just silent, but he was wearing his mother's wig and his mother's sweater, and he was like, what was he telling her? He was saying, I what was he saying to her? He was not saying in his mind that he was not confessing, like the mother, in the mother's voice, she was not confessing that she has to stop Norman. That's how Norman blamed her for killing her husband. Meanwhile, it was Norman that did it, and now Norman has been blaming her for killing those girls. Meanwhile, it's Norman that did. So now she has to take control so that Norman will not be able to do anything. Like she has to show that she's a gentle, old, sweet lady. So she's not going to move her name. She's not going to say a word. So everybody will believe that she's not the one committing these crimes. That is actually Norman. And so you see Norman sitting still, and you even see a fly land on his body, and the mother is like, I'm not even going to swat this fly away so that they'll know that I can't even harm a fly. Yeah, I can't harm a fly. And what else? I can't harm a fly. So they see that I am innocent. I'm not the one committing this crime, that it is Norman. Yeah. So actually that was the end of Psycho. I just complete narrating this because like the way it goes here, I don't want it to be as if like I want to now watch the live during replay and not see me finish the story. So let me finish the story today. I want to talk about other movies here, but since like I'm not getting a lot of views, I'm going to stop here, do other things. Maybe I'll come on live later during the day and talk about the rest of the movies. So anyways, thank you so much for spending time with me today. Thank you for your support. Subscribe, and I'll see you in another live stream or another video. Yeah? Okay. Bye bye.